Hey everybody, I do not have any ovens to build yet, so today I'm going to show you how to build a insulated steel door for your pizza oven. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is measure the door opening of your oven. I allowed about 3/8 of an inch clearance on the sides and on the top. Just want to have it fit in and out nicely without binding, and also if it gets hot and expands, you don't want it to get stuck. But once you've got your measurements, you're going to need to make a full-size template. For my door, I use stainless steel. It's durable, low maintenance, no maintenance. So the easiest way to cut the parts would be just to send your design to a local laser cutting shop. I've used AutoCAD for years in my work, but it's pretty expensive and I don't have a subscription anymore. But I find a free drafting program online that you can download. It's called FreeCAD, which is quite a fitting name, I think. But I mean, if you're not familiar with drafting software, it might be a bit of a learning curve, but FreeCAD has a helpful user guide and a lot of tutorials on YouTube. Just don't worry about getting fancy with like 3D modeling though. Just stick to the 2D drafting workspace. Use lines and arcs, rectangles. Make your drawing. Just make sure it's drawn to scale. And then once you've drawn up your parts, you're going to want to export that as a DXF file, which is the standard format for CNC and laser cutting and so on. So once you've done that, you could probably just email that to a local shop and they'll take care of the rest. For materials, I used 18 gauge stainless steel for the back and the sides, and I had a 1/4 inch plate for the front. The total cost for material and the laser cutting came to around $150 Canadian, which I think is pretty reasonable for a heavy duty, durable door that's going to last forever. So the plan is to fold 3 sides up here, and then we're going to weld a strip across here, and I'm going to fill this with insulation, and then we'll weld the front on like that. And then the actual door front will get welded onto that. So this is what it's going to look like. But it's going to be 2 inches thick and insulated. So we got a bit of clearance around there. And then when we weld the sides on, it'll be a little bit wider. But I was going for, I believe, about 3/8 of an inch all the way around, so that if it expands, it's not going to get stuck in there or anything. This part has to sit up against the brick there, so it doesn't fit, like it doesn't go inside the oven. So if you've ever drilled a hole in stainless steel, you know that it's really hard. It's very easy to break a bit. It's not as malleable as carbon steel, so I'm hoping my bender can handle this, but I can only bend 2 sides in the bender, and then I'm going to have to, I don't have a finger brake, so we'll need to maybe try the hand seamer, or I'm going to have to improvise. It wasn't too bad. There's quite a radius there. So that'll be the back of the oven now. And we'll weld the front on there. Okay, 2 bands done. Maybe a little bit of an overband there. So now we're gonna trim up some insulation to fit inside the door. I needed 2 layers to make up the 2 inches. After I've welded up the front to the back and the sides, then I slid the insulation inside and then welded the top band on top to seal everything in. This was the side I couldn't band in my brake, so I ended up cutting a piece. The camera didn't record it, but I just cut it so that it was long enough that it would clamp most of it but fit inside, and then I just clamped it to the bench and bent it up, got my folded in there. So that was made up, and then welded it to the front plate, and then we just slid the insulation in and then welded this strip along top. It's just stitch welded. I didn't want to distort it too much by putting all that heat into it, so it held shape pretty good though. So I'm just going to polish this up, and then I'm going to sand up the edges. It's got a very, very sharp sort of edge from the laser cutting, so lay out the handle. Drilling holes in stainless steel with a hand drill is not an easy job, and it worked a lot better when I used the drill press. So fits nice, operates easily. It's a little bit heavy, but it's like easily one-handed. Don't know if I love the texture though. The buff marks showed up, and then I tried to do the whole thing and sort of give it some texture, but I'm not real happy with that. So I think I'm actually going to try and sandblast it now, see how that looks. I think that looks a lot better now. It's got like a matte finish to it. Almost a bit of a texture like, but yeah, I like that. Hope that some of you guys found that helpful. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd be happy to help any way I can. Anyway, keep on cooking, guys. Thanks for watching.